What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Movie Files. Joining me as always, it's little brother Jace. Bro Shot, how are you doing on this wet Wednesday?
Doing well. Didn't have to deal with too much of the rain today. So just got to see it and say, damn, that sucks for everybody. So I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm tired in a good way. Today was the last day for the kids at school, and then I get to go back on Friday to hopefully shut things down and not have to go back on Monday, hopefully. But yeah, so that's everything that's happening over here. I'm exhausted. Yeah. But we'll get this thing done here. It's a bunch of stuff as usual to talk about. And a lot of those things you help provide and sent along to me. So I'm looking forward to breaking down some of this stuff. Let's start off with saying what's up to everybody here in the chat. David Thanos, what's up to some of the best movie filers I know? What's up, David Thanos? How are you?
What's up?
All right, you're answering the question. I will get to those soon. Blake Tarblick's here as well. What's up, our road dog, our traveling companion over at Maryland Toy Expo. Great meeting you, Blake, in person. I was telling everybody, Blake was as cool as he is on the chat. That's how he is in person. So thank you for enduring us as we were going around looking for stuff.
Yeah.
It was cool hanging out with you, man.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yo, Jeff, Chase, and maybe even Chief. Maybe. I mean, I'm assuming he's going to be here. He didn't say he was not going to. So let's say that.
That's
All
usually an indication he's not going to be here when he says it 10 minutes before the show starts.
Right. Blake, thank you, Jeff. And right back at you and Jace. Appreciate it, man. Don't worry, I translated. I'm pretty good about that. Sometimes I add in other words, but yeah, I got you.
That's the editor in you, so you know exactly what people are trying to say even when they type it. That
must be what's going on. Let's talk. Where do I want to go first with all the stuff that's going on? So there's rumors going on, and I know you've seen this movie, so I know you have thoughts about any potential going back here to this direction, but apparently there's some words on the street that we might possibly be getting another Matrix movie.
When the Matrix 4 was released, there was talk that they were going to start a new trilogy of Matrix movies. But after watching the last Matrix movie, I have no interest in watching this next movie. So if they decide whatever budget they get, they couldn't. I'm gonna be nice. I don't think they could rip off somebody else to come up with a good storyline this time. And that is very telling. It went nowhere. It had way too much. I mean, the Merovingian character was such a bad addition to that last one. It was just horrible. I mean, I have no interest in Architect. I don't care about him. I mean, no, what was Barney's character?
I really have watched that movie one time and never felt the need to revisit it. I just act like it did not happen, and I keep it moving.
Yeah, because I remember being in New York right before it was released, and the posters like, "Oh, we're going back into the Matrix. This is gonna be cool." I got pictures, on Times Square, the billboards. Like, yes, can't wait to revisit this. And I think that's why some of the details stuck with me because of how disappointed I was in the movie. This used to be fun, and it was not. I mean, how very similar to George Lucas when he was able to come back into the to the prequels. It was because he'd figured out, hey, the technology has evolved so much. I can do things that I wasn't able to do, and even then, he was still pushing the boundaries of how far the technology is.
Right up on the edge.
I mean, I don't know if he created a lot of the technology, but he very much was, like I said, just at that door, banging. But the Matrix didn't evolve at all. It was, okay, you guys came up with bullet time. What's the next thing you're bringing? Nothing. We'll make a joke about bullet time. So it was just...
That's funny. I remember, gosh, Did they make a mention of a video game? That might be the only thing I remember. Something
The
he did.
the idea of Neo was that the Matrix game was his life. He was
Yes.
a
Okay.
programmer of
There.
the Matrix game, and Barney was
You know?
one of. But yeah, I'm not gonna call him. I mean, I know his real name, but I'm not gonna call him that.
I like how you
This is
just
how
keep calling
bad.
him Barney.
It was like the last season of How I Met Your Mother. Barney was transported into that movie, and I'm blaming him for that abomination. Yeah, it was so. I mean, it was. Oh, we'll have these callback characters. Oh, this is who. Oh, remember Sati, the one you didn't care about at the end? Yeah, she's a superhero. It's like, boo. Oh, we couldn't bring back Laura Fishburne because we didn't want to. So yeah, super awesome.
Yeah, that was a bad start for me. It's like everyone but him. Boo.
Yeah.
David Thanos says, I'm good if it's something from the Animatrix mini movies. And that's a great point because those are actually pretty decent. And the Matrix is not something where, oh, well, they used up every last good idea in those first 3 films. I feel like there's so much more to talk. I mean, the video game was fun. What was that PS2 video game? And there's so much more. And then you could tie in stuff that's going on now, contemporary, and make it work. But for whatever reason, that 4th one was just let's do everything we did before and hope for the best.
Yeah, because the thing is, there and I know everybody hates on Terminator Salvation, but I think especially if you were to use concepts of now, hey, if you had an option, would you join the robots? Would you actually? I mean, and I mean, I know the bigger, there's theory that Matrix and Terminator are the exact same universe, and John Connor is actually Neo version 1. But I think you could do something. It's, hey, some of these people are so sick of the world, they want to join them. They want to help they want to go to what is it, 0-1. They want to actually help them get rid of the people because the people suck. I mean, there's something there, but to just we have nothing. It's just if they couldn't do that in 4, it means I have no interest in going back into Matrix. Sorry.
Blaze says, can we get that woman who wrote The Matrix and Terminator, if I'm not mistaken, to do the new trilogy?
Again, that's why I said they couldn't rip off anybody. Very honest.
All right, let's hear what another member of our esteemed group has to say about this. Chief!
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you guys?
How's it going?
I'm here. Word is they're working on another Matrix film. How in are you?
Why? The last one was it wasn't even what is beyond horribly terrible.
Matrix 4.
Yeah. Like I feel like, but I'm like this. It was devastatingly horrible. It didn't make any sense. It was just an hour and some change of it was painful. And now you're gonna add to that pain. You're not finished with us. You hate us.
What's up, Snug there? Yeah, we don't do fun anymore.
So I don't even know why. That doesn't even make sense to do another Matrix. Unless they restart the franchise with putting some old stories or something of the Matrix. I don't know, but this can't be what it was. It just can't. It's horrible.
Is again, I really enjoyed the franchise in Matrix, and I thought there was a lot of fun theories that could have come out of that. One is the Merovingian is one of the versions of Neo. That could have been something to tackle, and like, why is he so jaded, and why can he do stuff to the Matrix that nobody else can? But we're gonna bring him back as some random character. It's, why not do something fun? I mean, you had spin-off opportunities, but I just can't. What do you? I mean, Jeff, I know I'm babbling on it. So, what do you got?
Okay. First up, Blake said, Chief, I missed you last weekend. Had the Ouija board ready and everything.
I know that's why I had to dip out. I don't do the Ouija board.
I think the problem with dipping into variants is we've already introduced multiverses and all kinds of other things. And if they had gotten ahead of the curve before Marvel, before DC, and on screen, that would have been fine. And they could have kept this thing rolling, doing different versions of Neo. But Neo is also the one, and having multiple Neos to me makes no sense. That was the part when I was watching the original trilogy. I'm like, oh gosh, the whole screens and hear all the other Neos. Like, this is dumb. Let's just focus on one Neo. This guy right here. And I imagine and envision that to just be some manipulation from the gatekeeper, the doorkeeper, Zool, whoever his name was. And sure, him too. And the original KFC, the Colonel.
Okay, but see that to me, I actually enjoyed that because his job was predicting probabilities. Those weren't all different Neos. It was this is every possible scenario that Neo will say. That's why his part of I do the calculations and the equations, and here's probably every scenario what you're going to say. We got them all, and then you come up with the one we don't want you to do.
A prequel about Cypher, but I do think they could have done something like a prequel with Morpheus and his crew before, and maybe that movie ends or that trilogy ends with, hey, I think we've got somebody, and we show that old footage of young Keanu Reeves, and like, perfect, let's go. I think that could have been something they could have done. I mean, we love a good prequel if it's done right, and you can always revisit your universe that you've established and set up, and have all the benefit of hindsight, and here the audience knows is going to happen. I think that with a young Morpheus rallying and getting his crew together, and then ultimately ending up, maybe it goes like 10 years down the road, and then we have an older, slightly de-aged through CGI technology, Lawrence Fishburne and Trinity and the rest of the crew getting ready to go. And hey, I think we found him. Who is it? The one. Okay. That could have been something I'd have been interested in.
Here, Jeff, do you remember in the Animatrix how they? Animatrix spent one good episode on Kid.
What's up, Dana?
Kid seemed like he could have been an interesting character. Especially after the anime, and then he comes in the Matrix 2. It's like, wait, you guys are making him something. Is he kind of the successor to Neo? No, he's done to. I think they dropped so many balls.
Which means they probably don't need to revisit it. Because you stopped the movie before the third one ends. And the fourth one had no reason to start. So I don't know. The Matrix is just one of those things where I feel like the first one was so good. And typically, if a franchise starts to run its course quicker than some others where there's only 3 or 2 sequels, the Matrix is so high that they could lose a little in the second one, lose just a little bit. I don't think the third one, I think the second and third are pretty comparable except for the ending of part 3, where they could fall down and still be good and entertaining because the first one's so awesome. But yeah, I don't feel like they've shown an ability to tell a story that's interesting in the Matrix going forward. How Agent Smith became an agent. Wasn't he just part of the Matrix? He's not like a actual person. He's just a construct. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So that's all for the Matrix, and I'm not interested whatsoever. Moving right along. There's, of course, hey, when are we getting a new James Bond? It's been forever since that last terrible Bond conclusion of the Daniel Craig saga. I can't stress enough how much I hated the ending of that. And it's time for a new Bond. It's been, gosh, how long has it been now since we had that Daniel Craig one, that fiasco that I was really not a fan of, as you can tell. Let's see. Last Daniel Craig. Oh, they're great. I love that. No Time to Die. Chief, that was released in 2021. So it's probably time for them to start working on a new Bond. So it's not 2031 before we get a new one. There's a rumor on the streets now that they've lined up, or maybe a candidate has emerged I'm calling no chance, no way, no how. But this potential rumored actor is none other than Aaron Pierre. And Chief, you're gonna go, huh? What?
I don't want to see another Bond film. I'm done with Bond.
Really?
See, just like Snowglare. I'm done with Bond, man. I'm tired of Bond. And the last one was the last one. That last Bond kind of ruined it for me. I need a break.
You need the 10-year break.
How long? I mean, it's been a break.
Huh?
It's been a nice long break.
I need a 10-year break. 2031.
Wow.
Just as my eyesight's starting to fail me.
I really didn't like that one that bad.
You liked it?
I own it, yeah. I liked it.
Really?
I did not enjoy it.
All right. Do you stop that movie before the ending? Because you should.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's I think you correctly said the last time, Chuck. That is very much his love interest should have been Monica Bellucci. I mean, it's the girl they have is a Bond babe. It's just, come on, guys.
Could have been his daughter.
I mean, I understand Sean Connery did it and Never Say Never, and it looked this looks creepy.
That looked ridiculous.
Come on, guys. We can do better. But I like Remy Malek as a bad guy.
I thought he was a great bad guy. My main problem with the movie, and let's see, it was set up perfectly to continue the Bond story, where Daniel Craig's gone, cool. We've got a new Bond to continue on with this story. And they've set it up in a way where that love interest is gone. She never has to appear ever again. We're good. And hey, then we can explain away why he's doing his thing all over the rest of the world with whoever. So I didn't like that they kind of like, let's stop the bad guy from winning against Bond. And let's wrap up the story. I hate when comic book writers come on to a title and kill off a character just to show the stakes are high and it's major. And I'm shocking you because you didn't expect to see that happening. Didn't see that happening. And I just feel like
Skyfall, and I mean, personally, I liked the oh wow, I did not expect y'all to kill off that character.
That's totally different in No Time to Die. What's up, Mark A?
Mark A.
Hello, Mark A.
Long day.
What happened to the female Bond idea? Did Hollywood shut it down? All right, David Thanos, I'm gonna put you on the spot. After I ask these guys, who would make for a credible female Bond? She's got to be a Brit, so there you go. But who would work? Who could possibly play a female James Bond?
I don't want to see a female James Bond.
What did you say?
I don't want to see a female James Bond. Female agent of some other thing, fine, but not a James Bond. You know what I mean? Have her do something else. James Bond is James Bond.
I mean, 007.
Can't be a 007.
Yeah, I mean, technically, you could be. I mean, I think as they set up in No Time to Die, you can have 007 not be James Bond, but it's just, I mean, it's trying to shoehorn that in. I don't think it's a good idea. It's just
be a 003, a 009.
Yeah,
I mean, there are numbers out there.
Yeah, there's numbers, man. There's numbers available. Not an 07 though.
I mean, and I'm still trying to figure out. Like, because I did not watch the movie, but Ocean's 8 is just rolling his eyes. Just
good. I was hoping you caught that over a water bottle.
Yeah, there's certain things. It's like, hey, let's do something else. We're cool. We don't have to. It's easy pissing off. We don't have to piss off the internet trolls because why bother? We can come up with really good ideas that don't involve somebody getting their panties in the works. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm cool on Bond, man. I'm cool on Bond.
Okay. Let me give you. If Henry Cavill was Bond,
I can't see him as Bond. Bond is I don't like Henry Cavill's just big muscular monster in the movie
Did
bed.
you see Man from Uncle?
Yeah, but I don't like him. I just don't like him as a Bond. I don't want to see a Bond, man. Like I said, man, if you want to do some like branching out and do some other things with Your Majesty's Secret Service, that's fine.
Yeah.
Kate Beckinsale is like 50 years old now.
She doesn't look like Kate Beckinsale anymore.
It's just way. I mean, because the movie she did on was it Amazon? I mean, she looked way too thin. It was.
She's always been thin. Kate Beckinsale's been like 80 pounds her whole career. Yeah, look, like I said, man, if you want to see, if you want to throw in something like that, man, just start a whole new thing, man.
MI6, just that's the title.
Whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just no, you can't just 007. It's almost like when people are asking for number 56 to wear. Can't wear 56. You know what I mean? You can't wear 56. It's not for you.
That sounds like a dummy to me.
Pick another number than 56. I don't care what it is. Pick another number.
Michael Solis.
What's up, Michael Solis, man? Whatever. But not 007. And that's all I'm saying. I don't care if you have a female. I don't care if it's Master Splinter. I don't care what it is. Just as long as it's not 007.
Master Splinter.
So that's
yeah. I feel like I think Aaron Pierre could do a nice job as Bond, but I feel like it's just one of those doomed to fail from the second they announce the casting, and they're never gonna accept it. I think Henry Cavill makes for a great Bond because, like you, I really enjoyed his secret agent role in The Man from Uncle. I think he could do a great job playing that role. Jalen wants to know, Chief, would y'all watch a Moneypenny film like Her on a Mission?
I see. You know what Moneypenny? Yeah, exactly. You know what Moneypenny? You know what I would have seen if she wasn't Moneypenny in it, but they should have came out with a sequel to Ninja Assassin.
Yeah, Rachel, why is it?
You don't remember that, Jace?
The Mummy, Jeff. Ninja Assassin. Is that going with Rain?
Yeah.
That's what I was talking. Like, let me check. Yeah.
I really double check. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, that was a good.
Could have been like his, you know what I mean, like his partner in that. And I would have loved to have seen another. That movie was just fantastically action packed, and I would have loved to have seen a sequel to it with both of them. But a female. I mean, Moneypenny did not display the skills in Bond where I was like, yeah, sure, they need her own joint. You know what I mean? It was nothing spectacular about the way she went about her business. I feel like Moneypenny would be, she'd be running most of that mission. You know what I mean? Just, hopping into cars, drive,
Okay. Am I wrong? Moneypenny took the desk job after Skyfall?
She did, because she realized she couldn't hack it as a field agent. I think that the whole deal, and I think we see this with other properties, there's a content fascination, and we're going to see more spinoffs of characters in Bond because of the Amazon deal. But not everybody needs their own thing. Some characters work better in supporting roles. They're excellent supporting cast members, but not so great with a spotlight on them. I think Moneypenny, Q, M, Element OP, everybody is better suited as background fringe characters in a Bond movie. And maybe for the next James Bond film, what they could do is, like, literally, we watched it as the plot of the movie. They try to identify the next James Bond, and maybe Aaron Pierre is one of them. Maybe Henry Cavill's another. And the whole movie is like this, hey, let's see who the new Bond is going to be. And we watched them compete, go on a mission, try to stop the bad guys to decide who Bond is. And maybe one of them sacrifices themselves. Maybe the one that doesn't make it becomes the bad guy in the next film.
Okay. All right,
Sounds like a
because
great movie. I'm gonna write that right now.
I was coming with, if you wanted to do anything different, we could go
Absolutely.
with Alex from GoldenEye.
He's dead.
I'm talking about. I mean, if you wanted to do, we got time. We can do a prequel.
Thanks, Dylan. No, gosh, Bond doesn't need a prequel either. Keep it moving forward. Mark A. Moneypenny movie is pretty much what Paul Feig's spy movie. Oh gosh, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, I want to write that screenplay tonight.
I mean, there's an idea. I mean,
it's better than what they've got, which is nothing right now. And then they could choose, like we could see them go through their whole deal of like choosing their own cue and what kind of devices. Maybe one's focused more on like modern tech, and others just like cool spy devices we've seen in old Bond films. So it's like a new versus old thing. Maybe you could put in, oh man, what's my guy from what's his face from Kingsman? Why am I blanking on his name now?
Ralph? No, not Ralph.
Not him. The other one.
Mark Strong?
No, not him. But he would be fine too. I mean, there's
Mark Strong
like
is cute in that.
I'm Mark Strong, the other dude, the one who got killed.
Oh, you're talking about
I see. I'm blanking because I'm only seeing him in right now is Love Actually, which of course, yeah,
man, make us manners.
Right. Maybe they should do Agent 86 or Maxwell Smart. What's up, J Mac? What's up, though, party people?
J Mac.
Yeah. So there's a lot, and I feel like they could do different things with Bond, but there's my idea. Free for y'all. David Thanos. I mean, Halle Berry's in one of those movies. Why can't she just apply for the position?
Because I like they scrapped her movie though. They were supposed to do Jinx movie,
and I would have watched it.
Would you?
Absolutely.
Maybe back then, not now.
Because she was
absolutely.
It was okay. You could have had a movie where you have Jinx and Felix is a CIA component.
Felix the cat
against. Doing stuff that they would do. It wouldn't have been. I mean, I think that movie. I don't know what happened to scrap that idea, other than maybe that movie wasn't as box office successful as they wanted. But I would have watched that movie.
Maybe the concern that you can't make $1 million with Halle Berry as your star. I did. I got a bunch of good stuff. Hopefully, I'll show it off tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see how other plans go.
Were you there too? I mean, because it seems like everybody on my timeline, everybody went there.
Except for Chief.
I know. Really.
Michael Solis and then Catwoman was filmed and killed that idea. It was not Halle's fault. That was.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure we'll talk about Catwoman later on tonight. Let's see here. So no. I remember J Mac. J Mac had the cool beard going. Nice. So I think by now you all have watched Transformers 1. Jace, you saw it?
Yeah.
Chief?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Transformers 1?
With Shia LaBeouf?
No, gosh, no.
The animated one.
An actual good.
Oh, when they were Megatron and Prime were cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it was a good origin story.
Would you be interested in a sequel? Would you be interested in a sequel?
I wasn't interested in this one. It was on, and I turned it on. I was like, okay, that was decent. So would I watch the sequel if it's on? I don't know if I would run to the movie theaters and see it. I didn't only watched it one time, so I can't say that I was waiting for a sequel to come. So no, I'm not interested in a sequel. But if it was on Cinemax or HBO, would I watch it again? Yeah.
I watched Halle's character from Swordfish as well. So Jace, how about you?
Yeah, I'd love to see what happens with the Guardians versus the Autobots. I mean, everybody can transform. I mean, I liked how their voices changed once they got their powers. I like that. I think the guy who did Megatron did a really good job when he switched up.
Brian Tyree Henry, yes.
So I'm definitely. I mean, I will watch that one. I still need to buy. I still need to buy Transformer One. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I got some bad news for you then.
I know he didn't set you up.
He did.
I just know he wouldn't.
Not me.
Dylan.
It grossed 129.4 million worldwide. It had a budget of 75 or 147 million. The higher numbers because of the marketing, I'm sure. So that was a flop, and Paramount was not happy with it, and they decided no more Transformers animated universe for you all. And I remember after I watched it going, this was a mistake because we'd already suffered and watched so many kind of up and down, lackluster, just awful Transformer films. And I felt like they were starting to turn the corner on them, turning the tide, if you will. And I feel like Transformers 1 was really good. In one of those deals where Paramount has a streaming service, Paramount Plus. And if you don't have a theatrical movie, make an original movie that goes direct to your streaming platform. Because I feel like that's something people who enjoyed the first one go, yeah. Now maybe you can't afford Chris Hemsworth, but get somebody that sounds like him. And maybe Peter Cullen can still do it. And have, just cast different actors. You don't have to worry. I mean, geez, they did that in the cartoon after Transformers the movie. Can't afford Leonard Nimoy. You go into the lava pit and you're going to sound like this now. Boo. But I mean, I feel like that was something they could have expanded. And I think because Paramount dropped it and was like, you're good, no one else felt encouraged to revisit or check out the movie later. And I feel like that was one where people who watched it seemed to enjoy it, which you can't always say about a lot of movies. People decide they don't want to see it and never give it a shot. This one was one where word of mouth was solid. Oh, it's good. You should check it out. And when people checked it out, it was good.
Yeah, well, another problem is if you have to, if that is your strategy is you get, your big budget actor to do Prime, he probably took a lot of your budget. But that movie should not have been that movie should have gone to Netflix instead of Paramount Plus. That would have changed the dynamic. This would have been top 10 in their Netflix, and it would have actually been viewed a whole lot more. And you would have gotten the word of mouth. People will, pick it up on Amazon, buy it that way. But by having it exclusive to Paramount Plus, bad idea. I mean, Paramount Plus is where, how many things have gone to Paramount Plus and gone to die? It's a flop. Just let that streaming service go and just give it to everybody else.
Yeah, because I still haven't watched any of these really great, apparently, Star Trek shows because people rave about them. And I'm like, do I have 30 days for that child membership to watch all their stuff and then peace out and never to hear from them again? Yeah, David Thanos, the movie was good. Marketing was terrible. Should have done better. That movie got set up to fail, which I don't get because you have Thor and Black Widow. And you have, how many characters? I mean, you have Fastos from Eternals. Yeah, nobody cares. J-Mac, what's the odds the G.I. Joe Transformer crossover movie coming? Hey, J-Mac, I feel like you probably were with me in this, or you've read the Skybound, Energon universe, G.I. Joe Transformers, Void Rivals titles. They don't need to go, is that viable? Could that work? That is a ready-made. You don't even need to hire screenwriters. Just use these guys, have them write the script for your movie. You're all good. And they can just basically use the notes from the comics they've already written. And it's set up to be a franchise, a full-on crazy movie universe. Void Rival starts things off, then go to Transformers. Hey, what's that jet flying around? Who's piloting that? Oh, it's Duke. Wow, he's now encountered the Decepticons. It's just that thing writes itself, and it sets up Paramount, who owns those characters, to do crazy business. And if they don't use that, this is why their movies don't succeed. That is the best they could possibly do. They don't need to do, and that's one of those deals where they set it up in the last one. Forget it. Just go with the Energon universe setup. It is perfect. You get 3 movie franchises that can carry themselves through at least 3 or 4 or 6 installments because the story is that good. And for Transformers, you could cheat and do a lot of CGI. He would make his money back. And G.I. Joe is tied into Transformers. The whole story is interweaved between the two. How could that not work? But
Okay. Yeah. Paramount. That's how it won't work. Paramount. Paramount. I mean, Paramount is a home of Mission Impossible. How do you screw up Mission Impossible and lose money?
What do you mean screw up Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible supposedly is on track to lose $300 million.
So you spend $400 million on a movie. That's how.
I mean, again, how do you want? I mean, it's, hey, we need this movie way too expensive, guys. We can't do this. Seems like that was the problem with Transformers 1. Hey, we don't need voice acting for Scarlett Johansson and Chris Hemsworth. That's a big budget. We don't need that. We can just have people who sound cool. We don't. Voice acting has never drawn people to animated movies unless, I mean, we didn't care. We didn't even care Leonard Nimoy was in Transformers movie. It was just a bonus. But
I felt like it was pretty cool knowing that Spock was going to be voicing a character who I didn't know at the time. But I thought that was pretty cool. And to me, long before I watched Citizen Kane, Orson Welles was super cool because he's a voice of Unicron.
But he didn't. I mean, it did not get us to we came out because it was Transformers. It was not me. It didn't bring our parents more in because Orson Welles and Leonard Nimoy were coming in. They were coming in because let's go see Transformers. I think in a lot of these not Pixar, because it seems to be DreamWorks that sends out we're going to have every person in the world into our animated movie. It's not drawing people. It's not drawing the kids in there. I just want to see this movie because the movie is what it is.
I think Tom Hanks and Tim Allen drew people to see Toy Story, and then the movie was great. And then that's all she wrote. Ryan Daly, what's up? What's up, fellas? I saw How to Succeed in Business yesterday. Surprised they said it so far in the past. Also, a lot more dragons than I expected. The dragons always do get you. James says, G.I. Joe and Transformers movies have one major problem. 3 words, Lorenzo di Bonaventura, which is wild. How do you continue to screw up and drop the ball so often and keep working? In almost everything else, except politics, you fail enough times, you're done. And this is a license to print money. These are licenses from the 80s. And we're still talking about them, still like excited about them, still buying figures for them. In 2025, Michael Solis said cartoons used to be made at a loss to make money on the toy sales. They would make $1 gazillion. No exaggeration. I've actually estimated this off of toy sales of a great G.I. Joe movie, of a great Transformers movie. And if you put the 2 of them together in the same universe and then throw in another one that's cool with sci-fi elements, you get your Star Wars, your Star Trek fans, and Star Trek you got right there. And you got Void Rivals. I mean, this is dumb. And it's one of those things that's just like they're making a movie universe that would make so much money for you. You do not need to ponder and think about it. Hey, could this work? And G.I. Joe's doing it even easier for them because they're throwing in just a few random Transformers here and there. Same deal with Void Rivals. All this stuff there's nothing outside of the Transformer films.
Okay.
Or comic books that would be so cost prohibitive that they can't do it in an affordable thing because you don't need to get major stars. Nobody cares about major stars. Tom Cruise can't get major money. He's losing to Lilo and Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon. And it's not because Tom Cruise isn't a movie star anymore. He is. It's just you can get random unknowns like George Lucas did way back when with Star Wars and make them stars from your movie.
Okay. Here's what I would see going wrong is I think to do the Energon universe, you have to start with Void Rivals.
You don't have to. You could do everything else because Void Rivals is like you could make that the 3rd one and introduce all these other characters from it because it's in outer space.
I mean, just from reading the graphic novels, correct? Void Rivals is first.
Void Rivals comes out first, but what's going on in Void Rivals is far removed from what happens with Transformers in G.I. Joe. So you could get away with introducing them last, even though chronologically, Void Rivals is first. Because what's going on in Void Rivals has not impacted what's happening in G.I. Joe yet. Chief, have you read the Energon books that we went to Third Eye Comics and I said you should get these books?
I have not read them yet.
Boo.
I read Supergirl.
That was one
I
issue.
haven't read the other ones.
This is so you could have read that while you were not coming to
Bro, let me tell you something.
to Toy Expo.
Man.
Yes. I mean it's so wild.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the tell me something.
We're all
like, all right, what we
got a story to tell.
I don't even want to curse you out on the chat. I'll just wait to the end, till after we're offline, give you the business. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then let it go from there. See, the new Supergirl, it is awesome.
Really?
And I did enjoy it, and I want to start getting the magazine sent to Third Eye so I can go pick them up. So I think I will do that.
Did you read the Absolute Superman?
I didn't get an Absolute Superman. I wanted to pick up the Absolute Superman, but you shoved G.I. Joe and Transformer in my pocket.
You're welcome. I like the Absolute books. You didn't get anything else, huh? That's just it.
I mean, the comic books they're not $1 no more.
Wow.
Comic books was like $5. You know what I mean?
That's why most people get the trades, because it's like everything minus the ads. You just have
the last time I bought a comic book, it was I think $1.25.
Wow, Grandpa.
This thing here is that Supergirl was like $5, like $4.99 or something. The hell? And then it seemed like it was almost like opening a bag of chips nowadays. Remember when you used to get a bag of chips? You open up the bag of chips, the chips was to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you open up the bag of chips, and the chips is like halfway in that joint.
Product may settle.
And that's how I felt reading the Supergirl. I felt like there was more commercials at the end. I was like, oh, there's a lot of commercials in here for $5. Not enough pages. For $5, I expect to read that thing for at least 20 minutes. I was fishing 10. Then it was just a whole lot of filler.
How much was gas when you were buying these $125 comic books, by the way?
Jeffrey wasn't driving at that point. Come on.
You had lowest gas, man. It was 99 cents, man. You can still get 99 cents a gallon.
Gosh, I still remember the Howard Texaco that actually had 97 cents gas.
Yeah.
But this is, if you I wonder why comic book writers do not understand why they're actually losing money on comic books. Because for $5 a book, I want to read a complete story that can go elsewhere. But if I have to wait till the end of 12 issues or 6 episodes to really get the whole story, I'm going to wait for the trade versus month to month, making sure you guys keep printing money by having this story gets me 10 pages of the 60-page story that I want. So, ain't got to work.
Pre-order, it still counts.
But
Ryan Daly was talking about the classified series run or G.I. Joe, the Energon universe. They're great. And I was pushing on it. I fully admit to being a pusher man to those books because I feel like comic books, they get mined and like they get gourmanded for movies and TV shows. But there's some really, really good comic books out there. And people don't get exposed to the great stories until they get brought into a movie or TV show, which might change up some of the cool elements of the comic book that was used as an inspiration / source material. So definitely check those out. And Jalen has another one for you. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Superman got better and came back since you bought comics.
I wanted to buy Superman, but somebody shoved Transformers and G.I. Joe into my bag. I was like, yo, I'm thinking about this Absolute Superman.
That's not true.
And then every time I turned around, he was just holding them.
No.
And I'd be like, what about that Superman? He was like, he put him down. Then I
you
would
were
walk
looking
around
for the
looking at Superman.
issue.
And then I would turn around and he'd be holding them again.
You're looking for the second issue. They didn't have issue 2. That's why you didn't get the Superman.
I said, finally, I just said, I'll just buy it, man. I'll just buy it. and I
Well,
bought
thank
it, man. At what, $20 a comic.
That was not true. That trade was $16.
20 and 16. Do you find a big gap there?
I do. You can almost buy gas with that difference.
You can almost, you know what you can almost do? You can
Yes.
shine that $4 up. You can turn it sideways. I'll tell you that.
I don't know how I'm shining a dollar up.
Can
I
you
don't
shut
know
up your
how I'm
crazy
shining
what?
a dollar up, by the way.
You know what I mean?
They all want to put money together and buy the league. I don't think Chief can buy into it unless his parlay hits.
Hey, not me, bro. I can't buy anything, man. But chicken feed this week.
Well, good thing because it's time for the cows and the pigs to start doing their thing out there.
Yeah, well, you know, it's always time, man. Everything got to eat every day. Jace came out to the farm.
It's a nice farm.
Thank you.
Playing all this. Let's see here. What is? Oh, Chief, I know you've talked about this in the past. Your excitement over this He-Man and the Masters of the Universe movie. I'm about to show you something that might actually change your entire mind about this thing. Are you ready? Are you prepared for it?
I'm not, and you probably shouldn't show me because I'm not gonna ever be prepared for it. So you should probably. What is this?
A silhouette of He-Man.
So looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, man, he's watching his back. But I mean, the power sword looks accurate.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's doing the full-on He-Man deal. I mean, he's got the bracelets going here, and let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Check out the belt. The belt looks straight, and he's got that page boy haircut of He-Man. I mean, this looks like He-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is he gotta be looking over his shoulder at us?
I mean, why is he standing on this floor in front of a white screen, Chief? It's just to give you a taste, a little teaser of what's
Is that what you got? You feel like you're getting a little taste of He-Man? I don't want to taste him. So I'm gonna tell you what. I feel nothing about this.
Nothing.
And it doesn't make me want to see it even any more, any less, anything. Matter of fact, I'm sleepy, man. That's what it made me. Made me sleepy.
He looks more like Cody Rhodes. Whoa.
Where's Tigger? Where's Tiger? What is his name? Tigger?
I don't know what.
Battle Cat. What the hell was his name?
Tigger. Cringer.
Cringer.
Tigger.
Is Cringer in this thing?
No mention, but I don't know if that necessarily means no Cringer, just because I haven't
Panthro?
seen it.
Is that his name? Panthro?
Panthro's in Thundercats.
No, what's the Panther's name?
Panther? Yeah. Talk about Skeletor's dude or his Panther.
Oh, well, there we go. They made it simple.
Yeah, I mean, they have to keep these things basic for the people sometimes because the people get confused.
Yeah, well, people get old too, like me.
People get old. Camila Mendez posted to her Instagram, and she gave us a little tease of what her Scarlet Tila is going to look like. Camila Mendez, and let me show you this. Oh boy. Do this really fast so you can see that she actually looks like she's going to pull off this Tila look. Pretty solid. Yes. All right, let's go back, and here you go. So, Chief, let me know if this gets you more excited because she actually looks like, you have to ignore that she's eating. She's a behind the scenes shot here, but she's rocking. Let me do this. What looks like a pretty solid Tila outfit.
You think that's a veggie burger or you think that's beef?
See, it looks like it's beef. Those look like some solid fries too. But she's got the collar. This is way better than what we had before. And she's got the gold. I mean, this looks like Tila's outfit. Pretty straight up. She even dyed her hair red to get the full look for us. And the power.
Go back to that actually.
Oh, He-Man?
Yeah. He-Man looks a lot bigger than her.
Yeah, and he really does have the hair. I'm happy with this. She did the hair, and she looks like she actually went to the gym and worked out.
Wait, she's not Batman?
Wow. I mean, that's pretty solid. Like she does not look chumpy. And so here's a background photo of Tila so you can get another look. And it's a cartoon, of course, not the full on old school figure look, but she actually looks like she put in the work and they did the costume justice. Does this help you get any more excited about this movie?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah.
No, it does
No,
not.
it's just still no, nothing.
So are you do you want to are you going to see it? You're going to see He-Man?
I'm more interested in watching this movie. I've just seen, for me, I just need some basics down. If you get the costumes of the cartoon and the figures right, then at the very least, if nothing else, you at least know what these characters are supposed to look like. If you have their costumes down, that makes me feel like you're actually fans of the property and will at least try to do it justice. Maybe you'll do some tweaks, and I'm like, I don't know if you should have done that. But eventually you'll get to where it should be. And the fact that He-Man looks like He-Man, he's not wearing some battle clad armor, he's not fully, I mean, he's looked like he put some work in the gym too. And he mostly looks like He-Man does, even just from this shadowed silhouette picture. Tila actually has an outfit, and she took the time to dye her hair red. I get so annoyed watching these shows, these comic book shows, these movies where it's like, yeah, he's supposed to be a blonde, but he's a brunette. He's not dyeing his hair. Put the red dye in. And I don't know how many other people besides me would have cared, but the fact that she dyed her hair red makes me feel like they've got the right people involved in this thing. The people are actually committed to doing it justice. That last He-Man movie really didn't do it for me. And even in the 80s when I watched it, I was like, this sucks. And I feel like this one at least looks like they're going to get the costumes, the look down right. So we'll see.
Let me ask you, and Gary Coleman has Hordak isn't throwing you off?
Gary Coleman as Hordak. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I heard as playing Hordak in this movie, Gary Coleman.
I hope he's not playing Hordak because that would be all kinds of problematic. You got
So-
He-Man and Voltron down the road. These are going to flop so hard. Oh, man. Maybe He-Man has a mustache, though, for his next movie.
Okay, Jeff, you didn't pull up. He-Man, I don't know if I sent you, but the actor as He-Man, he actually has kind of him working with a sword, with a stunt coordinator, actually, getting the moves down.
All right, let me see if I can find his deal. Of course, I'm never gonna find, man. Ugh. Let's see. I was trying to find this cat's name. Let me see if I can go quickly here. Oh, let's see if I could really quickly find his name because it's boy. All right, here's something. Let me see here. You were saying he did some sword work.
Yeah, he's did some sword. He has some sword work, and and this is the weird thing, because they're committing to the costumes means, hey, you're gonna probably get some very decent figures out of this too. So if you like He-Man, we'll probably have some good likely He-Man action figures for collectors, which should help. I mean, that should help. You're bringing which always is a big problem. A lot of times when they do these 80s properties, the first thing they do is piss off the original consumer. This one is, hey, we're showing, and this is why they're leaking that photo. It's, hey, we are not trying to piss off the people. We have a Tila that looks like Tila. We have a He-Man that looks like He-Man. If we see a Skeletor somehow looks like Skeletor, everybody's going to feel a whole lot better. Like, I will give this movie a chance. Versus when, even me, I was like, I'm kind of cool on this idea. But I think these leaked photos give me a better sense that they're at least going to try and do a good job.
All right. I think I found what you were talking about. Took a second. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's try this. This is it.
Yeah, it should be in this one.
All right. So, Chief, he clearly put in work in the gym too. I mean, we can't get a full-on superhero like He-Man, but I mean, he doesn't look like a chump.
But there's Camille in there too.
Yeah, and you can see he's got the jawline. He looks like He-Man, would in real life. Let's see here. All right, he's got the Prince Adam shirt. Let's see. I mean, he looks pretty solid.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a chump. This looks like, oh, okay, this is He-Man.
And if we're actually getting that kind of swordplay in a He-Man movie, I'm actually getting more excited about this thing. So I don't know, kind of digging what they're doing, at least so far. Maybe it'll all topple like the worst House of Cards ever.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be great, Jeff.
You know what? You're such a hater. What about Goat Man? Goat Man is the only thing that can save. Y'all just have no confidence in this thing whatsoever.
I mean,
but maybe
when is this movie getting released, Jeff?
Great question. Let's see. When is this movie hitting? Is it next year? Let me look.
Okay.
When did Camila say this thing is coming out here? This is what happens when I try to. When is? Coming out June 5th, 2026. They finished shooting it already. So I guess now we're just going to spend a lot of time in post-production and all that stuff. But
if you're coming up with a whole new world, that's a good thing to me. That's a whole year of Amazon money putting into this.
They're using the wrong type of sword, says Michael Solis. Like, this could be better than Fantastic Four Superman. David Thanos, I have no confidence in Superman. First steps, He-Man and Voltron.
Voltron, I think, and am I wrong? Voltron's actually, have they started filming or they wrapped up filming?
You are wrong. Let me see. Am I wrong? When is Voltron coming out? Let's just do that. There's the Voltron movie. I don't know if they've announced the full cast. I feel like they would not have finished. That does not have a confirmed release date. Expected to premiere on Prime. Anticipated to be part of their 2026. I don't know how, if they've not. I don't know.
Check out, I mean, there's another one of those.
Voltron did rap, said David Thanos.
Yeah, I thought Henry Cavill said Voltron rapped. And it might be a scenario, you don't need a bunch of known actors to be in Voltron if you already know Henry Cavill is the lead dude. You just need Henry Cavill. We'll bring people in.
Who's he gonna play?
Spin.
Are you sure?
No, I don't know.
No. Officially finished filming. Let's see. Nope, still no release date, but yes, it did finish shooting. Interesting. Chief, are you more excited about Voltron?
I didn't even know who Voltron was coming out. You said Henry Cavill was in it?
Yep.
You know what? For the first time in a long time, I'm not excited.
That is different.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing out here.
Obviously, he'll form the head.
It's Five Lions again, or is this the Cars? Or
I think it is the Lions. I mean, that would be wild to do.
And he's the Black Lion, or he's just an evil. What's that dude that's always trying to kill?
Zarkov?
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
What?
I did not. That's an interesting one. He's never actually said he's in Voltron. He just says he's starring in Voltron, but Ms. Archon could be kind of interesting.
Ugh. Huh. Cavill is going to do the bathroom fight scene in a lion. Jam, I've been saying it since the Baywatch movie. They should have gotten Zac Efron for He-Man.
You know, Zac Efron is like 5'2".
That's the problem.
And I feel you, because the dude is dedicated to his workouts. But he's a tiny man. Tiny man.
He did have a He-Man haircut as Kevin Von Erich.
You said that wasn't great, right?
No, don't watch it. He's 5'8".
Okay.
It just frustrated me because I really felt like they were just like, "Yo, truth, what's that? Who cares? Nobody needs to know. No
I
one
mean, the
needs
fact
to
is,
worry
I
about
mean,
this stuff."
when they initially said, we didn't want to actually have everybody in there because it's too depressing. It's like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
There is no positive ending. It sucked. Like, come on. Like, just, we're gonna make it a feel good one. No. It
It's
really
not a
is
feel-good
not a
story.
feel good story. It is their life. So,
Don't you forget it.
gosh. Thank you, Gwen.
All right. Caught in the crowd. It never rests. Here's Zac Efron and the Von Erichs.
Hmm.
And I mean, I feel like he was the problem with that movie, one of many, was he was taller than the guy from The Bear, Jeremy Allen White, I think, who played Carrie Von Erich, who should look like massive, and he was not. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up, Rick Cage?
Cage Esquire.
Blake Tarpley. Do the Lions have bathrooms?
Hmm.
Space no I know, Chief. That's the only issue, but there are ways around it.
Yeah, every actor around him has to be shorter.
He-Man.
Yeah, man. I don't know how they're gonna do, but yeah, he's a little man.
He's a wee little man. Okay.
So I always picture He-Man as this massive dude.
Well, the new He-Man is 6 foot. So there you go.
I mean, in Hollywood, 6 foot is pretty tall.
Yeah. Hollywood. The Dream Factory,
Mm-hmm.
Where do I want to go next? Okay.
Anthony Mackie's like 5'8". He's a little man.
I mean, I think he's listed at 5'11".
Who, Anthony Mackie?
Yes.
He's little. He's little.
I know you say you seen him. He's a little wee guy to you.
He's a little guy, man.
He doesn't look big, though.
Yeah. He looks like.
What about Reacher He-Man? Yeah, he could have played He-Man.
What is he? I was trying to figure out how tall he is. Reacher is 6. Alan Richardson is 6'4". I mean, and he's listed in the movie, in the show. They say he's 6'4", but he's really 6'3".
They come out with your government name on this joint.
If only I had the quick ability to Photoshop some stuff. Oh, so
I don't even know who Clank Champ is.
I got you. That's what I said. I wish I had the ability to Photoshop on demand. There you go. What do you think? I can see it.
Actually, I can see it too.
He didn't even need a haircut.
I'm built like him.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all the time on the farm, man. You get cut off.
Maybe 30 seconds ago.
Word. Is that you talking, wee man?
I never claimed to be a Masters of the Universe, actually. I didn't say I could play He-Man. I definitely did not.
See, yeah, there's always a little guy. Some dude that you can just fold up like foil, talking from the safety of his house.
And I will. You know where I live.
Know what I mean?
You know where I live.
And then when you go over, he's in the house, behind the door. Yeah.
That's what I should be doing.
Yes. I can
waiting for you to come through.
I'm not
come through. Yeah. So there's Chief hanging out with the Clamp and Fisto.
First of all, I'm not gonna hang out with no dude named Fisto. So let's just get that going right now. So let's just put that out there right away. Yeah, y'all laughing a little hard. I know where both of y'all stay.
I'm about to say you want to hang out with Fisto.
Right. I know both of y'all addresses. I'll be there in the morning.
I won't be awake.
Oh, you come out eventually. Mm-hmm.
Words to live by. Good plan. That team up was doomed. See, that's why I can't ever forgive them for forgiving Evil Lynn. What are we talking about here? Trash. All right. So let's move on to some DC Universe news. James Gunn is of course, doing the hype for Superman, and he's had a lot to say about a whole bunch of stuff, which naturally would lead to people going, "Well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And he said some stuff about, oh man, what happened with Disney and Marvel having to do all this stuff. He was interviewed by, what was this, Variety Fair? Goodness, let me see. What was
He's
his
been
interview?
talking a lot.
Rolling Stones.
There you go.
And he said the high output of Marvel content for Disney Plus killed them. And it's hard not to think that maybe there are some fatigue issues. And he was saying they put out too much stuff. It wasn't really their fault. That wasn't fair. It wasn't right. And it killed them. We have to treat, we, meaning the folks at DC, we have to treat every project as if we're lucky. We don't have the mandate to have a certain amount of movies and TV shows every year. So we're going to put out everything that we think is of the highest quality. We're obviously going to do some good things and some not so good things. Well, why'd you say obviously? Peacemaker. But hopefully, on average, everything will be as high quality as possible. Now, what do you think about that?
I think that he should probably shut the F up.
Guys.
Because even if you say that the quantity of stuff on Disney Plus, the Marvel stuff on Disney Plus, it was the quantity of stuff on DC. When DC had a platform, that killed it. It wasn't enough. Like, if you went to your DC platform, you were paying whatever you were paying monthly, and it was like 6 shows. And it was always just 6 shows. Mm-hmm. And they never, they didn't add anything. They didn't do anything. It was just garbage. So you're talking about something that has an overkill maybe to yours who had nothing. You had nothing on that thing. And then you even try to throw comic books on it. Oh, we're going to throw some comic books on it so you can read the comic books on your TV. I'm not reading comic books on my TV. This is garbage, DC. You should shut up, James Gunn. You should see how Superman does and then talk. Come back in August and then we'll hear you speak. Right now, you should be humble. Go ahead and get some key lime humble pie and eat that joint till you find out how Superman does. Because let Superman tank, boy. I'm going to fire your ass up daily, monthly, weekly. You hear me?
The whole dang world.
Right. That I'm down with the capital CPT. I'm trying to tell you, man, I am going to fire him up. So he best just chill out with all the words. I don't know why he even coming out of the shadows now. You have had...
James Gunn has never shied away from talking, and that is, I think he really believes in Superman, because is that studio head. I mean, this even seems a lot to talk about. Yeah. It's every talk in the world he has no problem admitting it, but there is hey, how about you make sure Superman is good, because if it's not, Marvel will still stick around. DC, I don't know if they want to stick around if this bombs. It might be, hey, we're going to change directions again and find a new studio head. I mean, because what your first 3 scheduled releases are Superman, Supergirl, which is now the title of it because we didn't like whatever it was.
Woman of Tomorrow.
Oh,
it was confusing. Supergirl and Woman. Which one is it?
So Supergirl, maybe Lanterns, and then Clayface.
You said movies, so Clayface is the 3rd movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right, John.
So Clayface is one of the movies, right? Superman, Supergirl, and Clayface. And he over there talking. Clayface. You got some damn nerve.
I mean, to me, that to talk that is your lineup means you either really think it's great and it's tested out the park, or you probably need to, I'm agree with you, just chill out until you see what those numbers are.
DC over there shelving movies. Batgirl isn't good enough to go out. You know what I mean?
Do you think they're going to ever release Batgirl?
Yes.
Probably eventually, man. When they have nothing left, when they're down to nothing, which is gonna be soon. Especially if this Superman fails, because if Superman fails, they might as well just hold on. They might as well either throw it all out there or suck it all back in.
Let me see here. I feel like there was something else he talked about.
Yo, yeah.
What did he say?
Hey, he's been talking about a lot. Let me see if I
He has been talking
a
lot. He posts on Threads, and that's what happens with a lot of stuff. I'm trying to, because I feel like he did. Darn it. He did kind of address.
Gunn was the one who did the Justice League, right?
No, he had nothing to do with that.
Who did Justice League? Who fool did that? Who did the first part of Justice League?
Josh Whedon.
Yeah, Josh Whedon. That's another dude who could never say nothing. Josh Whedon needs to go wherever he is and stay there. That first Justice League was cut. Trash. I mean, that's that Superman line. I've never seen garbage eating garbage before. You know what I mean? And that's what just that first Justice League was. So yeah, and cats need to chill out, man. Wherever you at, James Gunn, man, sit down, man. See where you are, and just sit down, bro. You ain't got nothing to say until the Superman hits, and God help you if it doesn't. May the sweet Lord come and wrap his arms around you and holdeth you while you cry, because this is going to be a major mess up if this thing doesn't do well. And I don't think it's going. I have no interest in it, but I actually hope it does well, just so we have some diversity from Marvel. But I don't know.
Oh, this would be great. All right, so in this other, there are more, because this Rolling Stones article really went to a lot of stuff. He was saying other people may say it's got to be a home run, nothing else. I'm like, no, I'd be very happy with a double. Effing Iron Man wasn't the be all and end all. It wasn't Avatar. We're doing something that's that's a piece of the puzzle. It's not the puzzle itself. We have Peacemaker, we have Supergirl, and what we want to do is make a movie that people love. They feel connected to the characters. It's just this one movie. It's not everything. Gunn said, admitting he feels frustrated by people not being able to see the bigger picture of the franchise plans. I hate it when there's an effing article and it's going on about all the problems and blah, blah, blah. And that means even more pressure on James Gunn and Superman. I'm like, guys, I'm not responsible for all that. I'm responsible for my piece of the pie. I got to make my budget back. I'll be very happy with that.
What? So that's young. So already he's like, I'm laying it down. That already he's just, you know what I mean? Why don't you go ahead and lay your ball next to, what's that, Jordan? When you was watching Will Smith was the golfer. Go in there and put your ball
bag
next
of
to
Vance.
Yeah, bag of Vance. Go in and put your ball over there next to so-and-so's ball. First of all, the DC ship is sinking. So let's not act like this is not supposed to come and save the ship. What he's just saying right now is, well, if we come with a couple of lifeboats and we save some people, then it'll be okay. You can't. I just want to make the budget back. I just want to save half the people on the boat. You know, and if that's all you want to do, you just want to make the budget back, bro. Then what's that telling the people who are coming to see the show? Hey, look, man, we just trying to make our money back, bro. Can you imagine a drug dealer? Yeah, I'm just trying to break even this month. Nah, I don't want profit for the re-up. I just want to break even. So if I spent if I bought this drugs here for 32,000, I just want to make 32,000 back. So next month I can just go ahead and do the same thing again. You're not making any sense, bro. Like that doesn't make any sense. You're already laying down, man. You've already laid down. People are saying this is a DC is sinking. It's sinking, bro. Y'all have gone there and you sank this ship with all these bad movies or canceling a universe that people liked and then saying that before these people went and saw the movies. Hey, y'all go on and spend your money and see Aquaman. I mean, this is the last. We ain't doing nothing with it. So this is gonna be the last. This is gonna be the last Aquaman. Hey man, y'all go see Flash. It's over after this. We're gonna start everything again. Oh, it didn't make no money. Oh, well here. Wonder Woman was trash. Aquaman and Flash. We let y'all know that the universe was ending.
What about Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle was trash. Wonder Woman was trash. What's the other movie that just came out? They had they did something else recently. It was trash.
Yeah.
And now here we go with Superman. And you're telling us, hey, we just want to break even. And to show you that we're doing real well right now, we have Peacemaker. Show hands on who the hell is watching Peacemaker.
Is that actually out now?
I haven't seen a single episode of Peacemaker. Oh. The last time I saw Peacemaker, I think it was they had the movie with the gigantic star in it.
You didn't watch the series?
No, I didn't watch that series.
Okay.
Nah.
August 21st.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Listen, man, they wild as hell over there. They're wild as hell.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. I think James Gunn he's trying to basically he's saying this to his bosses. Do not, if you want me to save you, I'm not guaranteeing I'm doing that. You have put out all these bad movies. Warner Brothers, not DC. So we are not guaranteeing that we will be a $3 billion movie out the gate. We will be a, what's your typical, we will be your $800 million movie. That's what, we don't come in here with these projections saying this movie needs to make $1 billion or it's a failure. It's bosses, I need you to understand we are aiming for this double of $800 million. Don't come in here on Monday saying this movie didn't get $400 million the first week. I think that the audience he's actually laying that out for is much more his bosses versus us, the broader audiences.
That is a very solid point there.
A dude comes on and says, man, you made this movie. What do you think about it? It's okay.
No.
He's saying.
No, he has been very adamant. He loves this movie. He's like, hey, this movie is great, but I think what he is.
If he loves the movie, then why is he saying a double? I mean, I can't go in there and be like,
he's literally telling his boss, do not come in here with that mess.
Listen, I don't want to hit a home run. I just want to hit a double. Who says that?
If you have a, let's say, 10-year contract, I don't want you to cancel me out. I mean, very much. I don't want you to pull a Zack Snyder if we don't make $1 billion. We make our money some good investment. Don't come in here expect, hey, with your projections, we were supposed to make this.
That's something you say in the boardroom, bro. That's something that you say on a call with your bosses. You don't say that thing in a magazine, bro. So I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying that's something we gotta call. And I'm on the phone with my bosses, and I'm like, here, listen, this is the startup. We're trying to blah, blah, blah. You have put this on writing in a magazine now. Let me ask you something. So you got bosses or people you work for, or people you got to do stuff for. Have you ever gone into a meeting? They're like, man, you got the presentation, Jason? Yeah, I got the presentation. It's done. It should be okay. You know what I mean?
Hey,
hopefully we'll get through it.
I'm going into meetings telling people, hey, here's the projections. Don't come in here asking for this $1 billion growth. I'm telling you, we can make this much money in our first 5 years, 6 years, 10-year projection. I've had to tell bosses or investors, do not come in here expecting to make $10 billion in a year.
I hear that, but have you ever gone and said, "Hey, this presentation it's going to be mediocre"? And that's what I'm saying. So never mind the numbers. Have you ever just gone into a room and they're like, "Jace, man, what you got for us?" What I'm going to say to you is not going to be that good the way I say it. Now here's the numbers, but let me give the presentation, which you're not going to enjoy at all. You know what I mean? And that's what he basically did. He basically, like I said, there's a meeting. So it's different from what my boss may say to me versus what my boss says to the public. Okay. So he might be like, we might be in the boardroom and he might be like, "Hey, listen, but then when we get out in the public, he's like, "Listen, this thing is looking right." Because the public don't want to hear you screaming like, "It's going down, we're on the ship, we're burning." And so that's not what you're trying to project, man. You're not.
I'm so confused about a burning ship, but okay.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like a company,
spaceship, bro. It's
Target
it's coming down.
Hey, shop with Target. We try to break even this year. What? Hey, you're not gonna hit a home run with your savings shopping here, but you could hit a double. What? What? How'd you do with Target? Well, we got a couple doubles, no home runs. I think we broke even with the coupons too. Yeah, you know what I mean. It just doesn't make sense. If you're gonna come and say some things in words, you're supposed to say, "Look, y'all, get your ass down to this theater. It's gonna be a damn good time. Come on down."
Okay. See, that's the thing is, if you follow, I follow James Gunn on Instagram. He has been pitching. If you want to talk about somebody pitching their ideas that, "Hey, I believe in this." Every day, almost every day, you will have something Superman related. "Hey, we had such a fun time. Here's all the backs. We're doing all these things behind the scenes." And this is real. It's if you were to look at that, he believes in this movie. I'll take that versus anything else. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Congratulations, Ryan. Jason just lost his water on that one.
Woo, okay.
I'm just
my
saying.
Problems with this are, I don't know if he should compare Avatar in the mix. Snake Eyes mentioned it, but I mean, is Avatar the end all of everything? No, Avatar was an original property that no one had seen anything like Avatar, so everyone wanted to go see it. We've already had numerous Superman movies, so it's not gonna catch people off guard. Like, I can't believe the Superman movie. I mean, the first film just amazed audiences. You'll believe a man can fly because you hadn't seen that over and over again in theaters. So that initial shock and awe is done. Iron Man, so much of it was, I can't believe they actually got a superhero movie right. That's why for this topic for tonight, I cut it off before them, because I feel like there's a strong portion of comic book movies that don't get done without Iron Man. And Iron Man represented, you can be true to the character. You don't have to reinvent everything. You can make him look like he looks in the comic book. You can have an origin very true to the comic book. You can stick to the core aspects and people will respond and people go to the movies over and over again. It's also a terrible, terrible example because I'm looking now at the list of highest grossing comic book movies ever. Y'all know what number one is. That's Avengers Endgame. And I don't have to go forever and ever. Where is this now on the list? Iron Man, or at least the first two Iron Man films, aren't in the top 50, but the first Iron Man is still one of the absolute best comic book movies we've seen. And it's, let me see, domestically, I'm sorry, in its opening weekend, way back in 2008, yeah, Iron Man made 201.2 million. Now, that's still good enough for an overall 33 best all time. And let me see, how many DC movies are better than that? Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, Number 7, 422.5 million. It craters after that. The next DC movie, number 17, Justice League with 278. Suicide Squad, James Gunn, $267 million. And that was tied with, or just a little bit above, the first Deadpool film. Then you go to Dark Knight Rises, then Joker, and Wonder Woman. So it's not like a lot of DC movies are as good. And Iron Man is still considered one of the best comic book movies. So, and Jamelin made this, and I need to go back to it because this was a really good point. Superman should be the flagship. He's a prototype. That's not a John Cena reference. And also, Iron Man having a movie elevated a B or C tier character by broadening his exposure. Superman's already super exposed. He's one of the characters, if you asked your grandma, your old 90-year-old neighbor, who's Superman? They know who Superman is. People didn't know who Iron Man was outside of comic book circles. And so he's got added pressure. And Superman, Retro Robo says this too. If you can't get one of the main 3 characters, period, of comic books, I would say it's Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. I mean, we'll act like the Marvel stuff didn't happen for this, but those are the 3 main ones. I wouldn't even say Wonder Woman. If you just ask Joe Blow on the street, Jane hanging out, who are the top 3 superheroes? You'd say Superman, Batman. You don't mention Iron Man, most likely. And he has to get this right. And it's not a thing of, well, don't compare my 2025 Superman to what happened in the past. Your Superman has to be one of the best because it's restarting a universe. We've already seen 2 stop and starts with Superman. This is not like Iron Man. We didn't have multiple versions of Iron Man films coming and going and stopping. You had that Brandon Roth movie, didn't work because you just redid Superman, Richard Donner versions. You tried it with Henry Cavill, and you did one movie, and they were like, we can't wait. We've got to catch up to Marvel right now. We don't need to spend the time doing a Man of Steel 2 and 3 and then going on to it because we had 3 Iron Man films before we had a second Avengers film. And they did so much stuff to build up the Marvel Universe, and Warner Brothers wasted it because they were like, Zach, drop everything. We need to hurry up and we need to pull this Justice League movie together. And that's why that didn't work. This is the 3rd time with the Superman movie since 2006. You can't go, well, hey, man, judge it by this one movie on its own. It's not, dude. Sorry. This is like the bottom of the 6th inning. You got to do more stuff. You have to get this home run. You have to get a triple at least. It needs to be a great movie that people are like, I want to see so much more of this. I want to see Supergirl. I want to see Lobo. I want to see Clayface. Clayface is such a weird next choice that it doesn't really inspire a lot of confidence. I don't see why Clayface is a puzzle piece in this DC universe. It needs to be Batman. It needs to be Wonder Woman.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Big characters.
This is one of the another thing that James Gunn said. He said, "Hey, I'm kind of sick of seeing Batman movies. We've done all these Batman movies. We can't figure. There's every possible thing in Batman out there, and I don't want to do a campy Batman movie.
Don't do a campy Batman.
I mean, so he's already set his marker. Hey, we will not. DC will not do a movie until we have a finished script and screenplay, and we're not doing just random Batman movie to make any artificial deadlines, but to make a Clayface movie before you have a established Batman in the universe, because at the end of the day, Clayface is going against Batman. So how are you going to have Clayface in a world without Batman? It's who stops Clayface in it? Are we trying to make Clayface a sympathetic character, an anti-hero? It's an actor. At the end of the day, I mean, he's an actor who loses his ability to be himself. Unless you're going to use, the Batman animated movie? The Batman animated series that was really good. How are you going to get to a Clayface resolution? It seems like you really want Superman to work to get you to all these other properties. But you also have to tell the suit, hey, don't cut us off a la Zack Snyder, even though as you said correctly, when the studio told Tim rush to get us to Justice League instead of doing what you need to. He's trying to say expectations. Hey, I want to get there. I want to get to movies. Don't ask me what time. I'm not going to get to a Justice League movie. It's not going to happen. You get good movies, and that's what he wants to do.
So I got you in just a second, Chief. But see, another thing is he's saying it's part of a puzzle. People need to want to watch and check out the puzzle. When Marvel Studios set their whole billion-dollar juggernaut rolling, they were very intentional with how they did it. They did Iron Man. Then they did one of the top 5, 10 superheroes that everybody knows with the Hulk. Now they couldn't just go nuts with it because they had a bad Hulk movie. So they had to kind of like, all right, let's try. It was good. And so you did that. Then we did, oh, y'all like Iron Man. Here's another Iron Man movie. They didn't go, well, let's try all these other characters. They didn't go, hey, let's do a Trevor the Mandarin movie. Let's do a, let me think of a really fringe ridiculous character. Let's do a, maybe not ridiculous. Let's do a Baron Zemo movie for our third Marvel movie. They didn't do that. They were like, yeah, let's stay the course. Then let's do a Thor, because they needed to really say, all right, we've got these 3 movies, so we've got a bunch of goodwill set up. Now we'll try for the diciest character of all these. Let's try Thor. Are y'all still with us? Great. We know now we're good. We're solid. We've already got 3 movies that y'all like. And Thor, great. That's 4. So it doesn't matter how good Captain America is. Y'all already hooked. Y'all are invested for Avengers. Avengers takes off, and it's crazy. Y'all know this already. But if they were like, okay, we did Iron Man, we did Hulk. Now let's do a movie on the Vulture. That's a better one. Let's do a movie on Vulture. And oh yeah, let's do a movie on Cardiac. He's a great character, and he's part of the puzzle. No one would have stuck around. No one would be invested in the Marvel Studios universe. And I'm worried that trying to make this big 1,000 piece puzzle when the DC audience fans don't trust DC, they need like a 10 or 20 piece puzzle. Then you can go on to a 50, 100, 500, go nuts. But we got to have one puzzle that's really good. That's like, okay, whoo, y'all can do this. Keep going. But they've not done that so far. And I think
this to me, I mean, I'm gonna agree with you, but this is why I say, hey, you need it. Like just saying, kind of agreeing with James Gunn here. I need to get that double to get people in the goodwill. I don't need to just try and hit this home run that misses the mark. I can get you this really good double / triple that, oh, you guys don't suck. I'll come back and watch these movies. If you go, oh, I'm making this movie, it's so for me, I love everything. Everybody else thinks it sucks, but it's the greatest movie ever. That'll end me. But if I make this double, triple, okay, I'm not feeling like I'm wasting my time. Maybe I will go check out the Supergirl that I had no interest in seeing. I'll check that out. Maybe I'll go check out this. I'll check out Clayface.
Let me just ask this. So while we sit here and we talk about him with this foolishness, so you're gonna put out a Superman movie you're hoping to hit a double with. And then you're going to follow that Superman movie with the damn same exact powered character from the same world that got blown up with the same powers, who's related to the dude that you only plan to hit a double with. That's you hoping just to hit a double with. And you're sending that back out and you're saying, hey, I've got this one character and we hope we do well with him, kind of, sort of. And then we're going to throw the same exact character back out, but as a female. And then we hope we hit. What, you going to hit a single with this? What are you planning on doing? Like, you didn't. And then after you send the same 2 characters out, you're going to hit us with Clayface. Uh-oh, I got something for y'all. What's that?
What?
Clayface. That's like waking up Christmas morning and you know there's a PlayStation under there for you. Your pop's like, I got it, son. And then you rip it open and it's a damn PlayStation 2. Now you just tight. You're looking at him. You like, what is this? It's a PlayStation. Yeah, it's a PlayStation, Pop. It's a 2. It's a 2. And he's like, what's wrong? Now you've been hit with this PlayStation 2. You're pissed off. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like they're doing. They're hitting us with a PlayStation 2. Like, we've seen this before. You're gonna give us a movie that you're not even sure is gonna be mediocre. You're gonna change it. Not even change it. You're gonna come back right behind it. And all the characters from DC, all the characters you could have picked from DC, you're gonna throw the same exact one out as.
Well, okay. And this is, I have not seen it. I mean, I have no idea. But this probably is what makes the idea work of having no origin movie. This is, Superman's been around in this universe for a while. So you can do, if this works, you can have a Supergirl because she's not some, oh, the world has never been introduced to Superman before. We can tell a different story that we've never told on Superman.
I'm a million times with Chief on this. This is like,
your brother works for James Gunn at this point. You have to realize that. He knows James Gunn. They're friends, and he works with him or for him, bro. There's no way he can be sitting here on this podcast tonight saying the things that he does and not working with or for that man.
No,
there's no way.
Liar. The funny thing is, I agree with you guys. If right now I could not say this is. If you told me as a board executive, if you were giving me a slate of movies that you're coming out with, Supergirl, if you tell me the second one is Supergirl, I'm saying, no, we're not funding that. We need to see where your Superman movie goes. We are not funding a Supergirl movie until 3 or 4 years. I mean, well, it has to be the 5th movie. I'm not doing it. You have to get the big characters right. Because we lost. I mean, hey, Wonder Woman was almost there. Our 84 screwed up, but
any time y'all can bash Wonder Woman.
No. I'm just saying, like, we have some ideas on how to make a good Wonder Woman. That's not too crazy for us. We saw how to make a good one. We saw how to make a bad one. We just go back to making a good one. We're good. Just create our new Wonder Woman character. We're fine. If you don't want to release a Batman movie as your third, come out with something else. But Supergirl, I don't care who you have write the script. You needed to have that person put their energy into another character. Same with Clayface. You needed to find, if I'm the studio head, you paid a writer to write a Clayface when you should have been paying a writer to write this.
Clayface could be just fine as a HBO Max show. We don't need a full movie, and no one cares about Clayface to the point of making him your third movie. I think where they messed up is that would have been getting Iron Man, Hulk, and then them making a She-Hulk movie. So Chief is 100% right. You can't repeat powers, even if you have Supergirl going somewhere else. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, we've already seen a character flying with heat vision, with super breath. What else do you got? And I was going to say this, and David Thanos, not joking. I think one of the first should have been Green Lantern. Green Lantern should not be a TV show. It should have been an all-out, let's spend a lot of money, do it justice movie. And we didn't need Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. Choose one. Just go, all right, Jon Stewart. And go from there. We don't need both of them. Don't make it confusing. Stop trying to make this too complicated. Don't show off your geek knowledge with a Clayface movie. Go with a Green Lantern. Don't do Aquaman. Who else? Do a Martian Manhunter movie. That would be something different. And Martian Manhunter has cool, unique powers that would make for a really fun movie. He could fight white Martians. He could be your character going off to another galaxy like they're doing with Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, now just named Supergirl. And so Green Lantern, because, I get it. You don't want to do the same ones you've already done. So Batman, pause. Wonder Woman, pause. Flash, Pause. And Aquaman, you've still got big heroes. Green Lantern, you've got Martian Manhunter. I bet if they wanted to do something wild and outrageous, they could have made a fun Hawkman movie. Dude keeps getting killed, is reincarnated. That could have worked for a movie. And then you got somebody who can do all kinds of stuff, but it's just so weird. And I'm not sure,
you,
especially if you don't want to do it with Batman.
Okay.
I went out and I ate a burger for dinner one night. Me and my shorty went out. We had a burger. Ate that burger for dinner at a restaurant. The next night, I come home from and shorty in the kitchen making what? Burgers. I swear to God, bro. And she put a burger on the plate, and I just looked at her. And I didn't say I ate that burger, but I wasn't happy about it. Because I'm like, oh, we just had burgers last night. And I feel like if you ate the same meal 2 nights in a row, 3 nights in a row, you're going to be like, yo, what the hell? I love burgers. I don't want it twice in a row for dinner. You know what I mean? Throw a hot dog in there. I don't give a damn if it you know what I mean? Throw a bratwurst. Some, you know, yeah, you know what I mean? It's a piece of chicken. I don't care. I don't want another burger 2 nights in a row. So this is what I'm saying. So now it's Supergirl, you eat Superman. Now you go over there and you eat more burgers. Now you serve them 2 burgers, and then after that, they serve you some goddamn dino chicken fingers. That's what Clayface is. You know what I mean? Pulling the dino chicken fingers. You like, yo, did you put any work in this? No, I just got them out the freezer. They were in dinosaur shapes, and I put them in the oven. And now you're mad because now you're eating dino chicken fingers. You're 50 years old, and you got a Tyrannosaurus Rex in the shape of a nugget. You know what, man? Don't even get me started. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Listen, man, I don't even. Yeah, look. It could have been a veggie burger, but not another beef burger. You gotta switch it up. I don't want this. You know what I mean? Better than McDonald's? It wasn't better than McDonald's. It's never better than McDonald's. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is, man. Let me tell you something. All I'm saying is this is a stupid move to serve us the same meal twice. You know what I mean? Same meal twice. I don't want to eat burgers twice in a row. You know what I mean? Hell, I don't want to eat steak every night. You got to switch it up. And I definitely don't want no dino nuggets. And that's what's coming. That's what Clayface is dino nuggets. Frozen. And you get bite into one and the center of the damn thing never unfroze. And then you let me tell you something. Don't even get, yeah. So y'all enjoy this craziness that he's doing.
Okay.
I'm trying to
let me say, I think your idea of starting with Green Lantern,
you're right,
probably has a studio head. Hey, we tried to start a whole new universe on Green Lantern. It did not work. If you come up with, if you pitch a Martian Manhunter movie of, hey, he's a alien dropped into our world. You can do preview. You can do flashbacks of when he first gets there into the world, how he actually integrates in the world, and then how he's, John Jones, the detective in our current world. That is an easier movie probably to do. It's, hey, we can do grounded and still we can start as grounded, but then expand into a very superhero world. That could be our second movie. It's, hey, Superman worked. Now we're giving you something you have not seen before, which should be fun.
They could have started Green Lantern over again. I'm agreeing with the chat. If you can do emo Batman, you can do Green Lantern again. If you
could you have done a Green Lantern movie with Jon Stewart? Is, hey, you can talk about the great Hal Jordan, but you have our start is Jon Stewart. It's crazy to sound. The animated Superman music now, Justice League Unlimited. Justice League started with they said, hey, we're going with Jon Stewart. We know we've done Kyle Rayner, and we kind of took his origin. Hal Jordan's origin, and made it into Kyle Rayner. But we have decided we're starting with Jon Stewart and go. We know everybody knows why we did. Hey, it gives it so you don't have the same heroes. we're good with that. That I think making that decision, a business decision, is we are not starting with the same old Justice League. We're giving you something new, but we think it'll be fresh. We can come out with a great story.
You know, they could have done a story with the stinking pig, and the pig Green Lantern, the big stinking.
We know what you're talking about.
And
that's why I'm giving you this look.
Kilowog.
At the end of that story, they could have introduced either John Stewart or Hal Jordan to the pig and brought him into that world at that moment. We got a new recruit, and then as the movie ends, you see him beating whatchamacallit.
Could you have, I mean, I know a lot of you guys, I mean, Jeff, you've done it in the chat, is you told the story on how the ring does not get to Guy Gardner when it should have gotten to Guy Gardner first. That would have been an interesting movie because, hey, we've seen the movie of Green Lantern. Guy Gardner, his origin and his tale of misadventures. That would be more. I mean, you need something different, and I think everybody is in agreement.
Yeah, just laughing because nobody wants to see a second dose of Supergirl, and nobody wants to see Clayface. Everybody's just like, yo, there's a million ways we could have done this thing, and it's just hilarious that you give a dude $300 million and you say, hey, listen, go make some movies, and he's like,
That's the biggest problem is you're giving a guy a $200+ million budget.
225.
For Clayface instead of
not doing that for Clayface.
But I'm sure
that's a Superman budget.
That's what Superman budget should be. But to make back your money, to you saying, hey, we can make a 400, we can make 500 on that. But if you come up with something people want to see, I mean, a Clayface horror movie, is that really going to drive you there? I don't think so.
Oh, man, I love it, man. I love this world, bro. I love it, man. I just, man. You know what I mean? That's the type of dude who drops $100 on the ground and doesn't even pick it up. You know what I mean? Not to pick it up that 100. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's a very interesting time, man. And I can't wait till these movies drop, man. And I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh myself to death, man.
Hopefully, don't die.
Yeah, I mean, it's no glad because I see Clayface is a great villain in a Batman movie. He's trying? I mean, and I know it's gonna sound crazy, but using Blade 3 is kind of, hey, this guy can beat anybody at any time. And Batman has to figure out who he is, what his motives are, and how to stop him. That seems like a good second movie of a Batman. Or hell, I mean, because it has to be a second because we have to establish who Batman and what he does. And it can't be emo Batman. But a Clayface, he can run a whole movie.
Batman does not need an origin movie. You just be Batman for years. Just roll from there.
That's what I'm about. You need a Batman in this universe. That's all. That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't need an origin either.
Who?
The Batman in this James Gunn universe.
That's what but all right. So would you, if you were to do your Batman movie, where would you start?
He's been Batman for years.
Who's your bad guy that this Batman is fighting? Because Batman fighting, what was it, Deathstroke, should have been an easy layup for the Zack Snyder. So, but who would you have? What you could? I'm taking Joker off the table. Who is the one you have him going against in his first movie?
Clayface would be fine because it plays up with Batman being a detective. He has to use the detective abilities to figure out who this new assassin is coming to Gotham, trying to take out all these mob bosses. And it's Clayface. He keeps changing his identity. He keeps coming up with these characters because he's delusional, thinking he's this great actor. Now he's messed up. So he's inventing all of these new players on the underworld, and Batman keeps taking them out. Or Clayface is killing these characters off as a dramatic actor. And Batman finally realizes after piecing together this investigation, these guys aren't getting killed. the person who's doing it is the same guy. It's Clayface, and now I know. And I mean, it's a detective movie. Batman takes him out just like that.
James Gunn, Jeff gave you that for free.
That was way too good. I'm sorry. You can't work in Hollywood. That was an easy layup, and it was like, oh, hello. If you would like to talk to me as an EP on this, I'll take it. But that would be a movie people are like, I will watch that. Versus a Clayface movie.
It's not as hard as they make it. It's really not. You just have to have people who read comic books. A Riddler movie. I mean, we still don't have Riddler as a Batman villain. So Batman in his third year and introduce Robin as his sidekick. See, I'm fine holding Robin till the second movie, but I feel like in those top 10 comic book characters, Robin is one of them. And I feel like they run for the hills at the thought of Robin. And oh man, we've got a world where these aliens are coming, but a kid dressed up fighting supervillains, that's too much. It's like, listen, you've gone too far when you introduce Clayface, when you have Lobo coming through, when you have a Green Lantern with a magic ring, a dude training a little kid who's got some, issues of his own too to fight bad guys. That's too much. They need to lean into it because people know Batman and Robin. And with everybody knowing Batman and Robin, just embrace it. Figure out a way to make it make sense and just go from there. Oh, I mean, and you don't even have to worry with, don't waste your time on an origin. This is my adopted son, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd. We're going out to fight crime. Well, what about, nope, sorry. He's already out there fighting crime with me. Don't waste your time with an origin. Just have them doing it.
Because hell, was it Batman the animated series? This is, again, they did a very good job on introducing Dick Grayson the first time. I mean, like when he was going against Tony Zuko, that episode was very good.
Dang, man.
Yeah, you don't have to reinvent this stuff.
Again, I mean, if you had the ability, would you start with a Dick Grayson, or would you already, Bruce Wayne has had all of the other Robins?
I would start with Tim Drake. Tim Drake is the best Robin because he's a really good detective, like Batman. People like him, like Dick Grayson. He doesn't have the anger as Jason Todd, and he's not as unhinged as Damian Wayne. And you've got a legacy where he's trying to live up to Dick Grayson, who's Nightwing already, and Nightwing can form the Titans and do his own thing. So we don't need him to be bogged down as Robin. And they just have a good partnership, and you can still edge him out and then bring in Damian. But I feel like if you get to Damian first, you're ruining all the cool potential storylines. And maybe you just have Tim in there not long after he's become Robin, where, oh man, he's still grieving the loss of his sidekick, Jason Todd, who wouldn't listen. So I've got to deal with the shadow of this guy who got killed. And I've got the shadow of the perfect Robin, who's now doing his own thing. I mean, this stuff is too easy. And it's because of years of great writers coming up with stuff like Marv Wolfman, Doug Grant, all these great writers have done all the hard work. And they keep going. Let's ignore all this stuff. Let's come up with our own take. And these takes aren't as good as what kept these characters going for decades. It's 10 o'clock. So let's put the pin in the topic that we came, because, talking about this stuff, what's going on with DC leads itself to a whole episode on its own. So we'll go back to these best and worst comic book movies from the 90s till 2005 for next week. Let's hear your nominees for Dummies of the Week, though, fellas. Jace, why don't you go first?
My dummy of the week is Mr. Antonio Brown.
Oh, shoot, took mine right away.
The reason why Antonio Brown is my dummy of the week is Antonio Brown is currently on the run from the cops. What's the thing you probably shouldn't do when you're on the run from the cops? Start live streaming.
That's my guy, man.
I mean,
he's hilarious.
Hey, let everybody know where you are. Hey, let me take some questions out here. Hey, where you at, man? I'm at the bar, man, down the street. Just how? I don't know what's wrong with that man, but there is something clearly wrong with him. When you just hide out, do whatever you need to, but do not at any choice live stream. Like just stop. You've lost it. So he's my dummy of the week. Chief, please elaborate.
Oh, man. This has been, I think, one of the worst falls from that I've seen any pro athlete just take. From in the middle of a football game, just taking off his pads, running off the field, hit the peace sign like he was going to be rich forever. You know what I mean?
You mean he wasn't
rich forever? You know what I mean? The silliness of this dude is amazing, and I knew when he had dyed his beard, his goatee platinum, that it was going to be some trouble there, because I've never seen a dude with a platinum goatee make it. You know what I mean? There's always something that happens to that dude. And so he went from leaving football to buying a football team for a league that went under to fighting at this Vegas thing where he threw shots at somebody. Like, man, I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say anymore about these dudes, man. And Antonio Brown, man, I truly believe that time he got knocked out, when he came across the middle and old boy knocked him out, I truly believe that shifted in him. Because it's no way a dude could go from what he was or who he was to this dude now, man. And in this time, I remember the feet at the training center when he went to the Raiders. There was a helmet issue. There was a foot issue. He went to the Patriots. Then he was only there for a hot minute because they didn't want him. And then Tom Brady brought him over. And then after Tom Brady went him over, then he's like, yeah, Tom, your wife was hitting on me and this and that. And I'm like, damn, bro, every bridge you walk over, you just turn back and be like, flame on. You know what I mean? And just burn it and just watch it burn. Well, you know what I mean? Just getting the heat. Yeah, just getting the heat. Oh, man, that heat feels good. And I've never seen a dude like, I don't know, man. Because, when I hear him talk, he reminds me of the boxers from the 80s. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, it's half broken. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, what's that dude from Fat Albert? You couldn't understand him, Mushmouth? That's what he reminds me of when he talks. I'm like, so this dude here, man, he is on his way out, bro. He is spiraling down, and it's just one of those things. Like it's like a you watching something like a car crash or a plane crash, and you just can't turn away. You're just like, oh wow. And that's Antonio Brown, man, on his way down with no friends. No one messes with him. He's burned every friendship on his way to the ground. You know what I mean? He's fallen, and he's still got the middle fingers just shooting them at people who can help him on the way. Antonio here, finger. You know what I mean? And it's just boom. And that's the Antonio saga, man. So look, good luck, Antonio, man. You won't be getting a care package from me in jail. So good, yeah. He got hit, man, and he changed. Look, he got up off that hit, and he was changed, man. He was changed, and I truly believe that hit changed his whole thought process, the way he thought, man, and and whenever you see somebody do something drastic like that, like old boy quit in the middle of that Bills game, the cornerback, and then he died just a little while later after that. You know what I mean? And I think when you do these certain things that go on with these football players, man, they just burning, man, on the way out. But Antonio, the wild dude, he's gone, bro. So good luck, man, on your run for the police. You can't hide here. So you know what I mean? So you're not gonna get in here at the chief residence. We ain't got no room for you. So,
and he's gonna be outside of Jason's place anyway.
Well, him and James Gunn. You know what I mean? Because James Gunn got a, you know what I mean? James Gunn always got a couch at Jason's house. And take the comfortable couch, Jace. Gunn. You want some Kool-Aid? We just made some. Yeah, I'll take some, Jace. Good. Let's talk about wild characters we can put in the next one. How about who's that dead guy? Who's the big dead guy?
Solomon Grundy's in.
Yeah, let's do a Solomon Grundy movie, done.
Come on.
Grundy hungry. You know what I mean? That's what he just says everywhere in the movie because he walks through beating people up. Grundy hungry. And so that's who you guys are going to work on now. Jace is going to say Jay Lyles and James Gunn present Solomon Grundy is hungry. And it's going to be like a 120-minute movie. You know what I mean? With look special guests you never heard of, Plastic Man and shit coming through. Who's the you know what I mean? Just some whack characters that DC always had. Mirror Man. And you know what I mean? I'll team up with you, Gundy. Yeah, Mirror Man. Let's get him. What's the dude, the boomerang dude that's always a bit of sucker?
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
Okay. Flash's Road. That's what as much sense. Making a Flash Road movie, one or two of them without actually having a Flash.
Yeah. That's what you and James Gunn. While he's camping out on your couch drinking your Kool-Aid. You know what I mean?
I think Jason's the one drinking the Kool-Aid, Chief.
Yeah. So that's what they're gonna work on. Solomon Grundy returns in his first ever. You know what I mean? How's he returning if this is his first ever? But y'all gonna make it good. You know what I mean? He's just walking around eating. Look, eating burgers every night, and he don't even mind it. Grundy wants burger. So yeah, there you go. Hey Jeff, give him the idea for the movie. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, so you guys enjoy that, man. Right. Look at Grundy. Look at that Grundy. Look how horrible that dude looks. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even run from that Grundy if he was coming at you. Get on out of here, Grundy. Get on out of here. Grundy's scared. You know what I mean? What's my man that turns on the thing and grows big? But Batman always pulls the
You talking about Bane?
hose. Yeah, but not the Bane we know. The Bane from the cartoon Bane. That's who y'all gonna have. The old sucker Bane who you could cut his hose. Him and Grundy going out together. You know what I mean? With Clayface, all three of them in a movie. They're friends. They're in this movie. They're roommates. They live in a flat in Soho. You know what I mean? Look, I gave you the first part. You do the rest. You and Gunn work on the rest. You know what I mean? Grundy, you ate all the burgers again. Grundy was hungry. You know. Yeah, Bane. You know what I mean?
Again, you're casting Bane. Hey,
but you're casting Bane, and you're gonna have the dude from what's the little DJ Qualls has Bane.
That's one of those, I mean, you can't tell me that Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't veto him being Bane. When they were pitching these ideas, we got Bane. Hey, who is Bane? Right. Well, he's a big guy who takes a form of venom to make him look bigger. Sounds like steroids. No, I'm not doing that.
Everybody freeze.
How about Mr. Freeze? He's always been a big guy. I think it's the way to go.
Oh man, love it, man, love it.
Oh boy. All right, well, I'll talk about my dummy of the week next show because that'll be a whole other topic. But Chief Jace, thank you as always. Curator Michael Solis, Lawson Wallace. What's up, Lawson? Snow Glare, Blake Tarpley, Jamelin Parks, David Thanos, of course, Curator, Snake Eyes, Sergio Rick Cage, Esquire, Let me see.
Ryan
Mark
Daly.
A. Hey.
J Mac.
The Adventures
J
of the Weasel.
Mac. Let's see. Retro Robo. Ryan Daly. I think that's everybody. Right.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes, of course. Great show and hilarious songs. Hit the like on the way out. Thank you.
Yeah, like and subscribe, guys, and add that notification bell.
Yep. Share it too.
Well, thank you as always for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. I'm not sure if I'll be back tomorrow. We'll see. I need diamonds to freeze the world. But we'll talk about it. So for now, though, thank you for watching. This episode of Lyle's Movie Files has been filed.